O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new 2025 RDX for $19 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 Acura MDX during our 17th anniversary sale.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
It's big. It's gigantic. It's the Toyota of Hollywood Super Sale. Over 2,000 Toyotas from just $17,988. Like a Corolla LE, not $24,000, $17,988. Buy with 0% financing, 0 down. Join the fun and get a super deal at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 17 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive a new Acura ZDX, $439 a month during our 17th anniversary sale.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
It's the Big
The good news is hockey season starts in October. Good morning, boys and girls. Yes, sir. Welcome aboard. It is time to rock and roll on a Wednesday edition of the Big O Radio Show. Sean Stanley by my side. We are at the beautiful dealership that is Subaru of Pembroke Pines, 16100 Pines Boulevard. So come on out and join us. Remember, you mention us, you will get $500 off your purchase or lease of a Subaru. So rock and rolling, baby. Make you save you a little money and get the most reliable vehicle you can get out there. Customer satisfaction is through the roof. The cars look really slick. They've done a great job, man. The whole line has looked beautiful, man. Ton of Foresters they've got in here. They got this. I forgot the name now. Eric was telling me they got this badass electric SUV coming. What's the name of it? What's the name of that badass SUV? They even got a smaller version of it coming. No. The other one that's not released yet. You know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a badass vehicle, bro. Eric just showed it to me, and I'm getting a vehicle in 2026. Guaranteed I'm getting a vehicle. My wife and myself, we're getting new vehicles. Our cars are beat up, dude. Like my Camry's in great shape, but cosmetically, I've never had more bad luck with crap happening to me on the street. No, it's not the Solterra. I love the Solterra. That was my lead dog on Subaru, the Solterra. This one beats the Solterra. Uncharted? Is it called Uncharted? Yeah. Yeah, Uncharted, and they have a big version and a small version. That vehicle looks like it's a bad mofo. The Trail Seeker and the what? And the Uncharted. The Trail Seeker and the Uncharted. Holy shit. Wow. That's my target for that's the one right there. It's either the ZDX across the street at Acura, right? I was looking at the Tundras at Toyota of Hollywood. So, I stay in the Zin family one way or the other. That's how I've been for 15 years. But this new Subaru is coming out, and the Solterra I love the Solterra. God, that's a beautiful SUV, and it's a really cool looking SUV. But that new one, oh man, that thing is badass. I'm not getting till 26, so that's when it comes out. So you never know. Even the smaller version goes over 300 miles on the charge. The Trailblazer. Okay, it's badass, bro. Badass. Got to check it out. Anyway, so just having some fun. Come on out here. We'll be out here for a couple of hours talking some sports. The Dolphins opened up camp. David Furones will join us at 12:30. Normally he joins us on Tuesdays, but there was nothing going on. Today's camp, first day. News has already come out. I saw Omar Kelly, by the way, post that Artie Burns might have gotten injured. He's not sure. He can't confirm it, but somebody was carted off already. So we don't know if it was Artie Burns or not, but he's like on crutches or something, limping around or something. We have something there? We have something?
Cameron Wolf is saying Dolphins offensive lineman Bayron Matos.
Oh, that's the international kid.
Yeah, he was transported to a local hospital by helicopter after suffering an injury at the end of practice today.
Wow.
Team says he's in stable condition.
That's a big dude, bro. Have you seen that guy? That is a big man. That's a large man. Large man. So, yes, hopefully he's all right. I don't know about the Artie Burns thing that Omar reported. He's not really reporting it. He posted it. He couldn't confirm it.
Well,
did he follow up?
Barry Jackson followed up. At least I'm going off. I'm just going down the timeline.
Yeah, that's fine.
He said, very unfortunate first day of Dolphins camp. The helicopter with Matos. Team not saying his injury or illness. Also, Artie Burns left team headquarters on crutches.
Okay.
Per multiple photographers here.
Okay. So there you go. What I think I've been telling you now for a while. Have I not been mentioning there's no depth on this team? Okay. All right. Liam Eichenberg is already on the pup list. Darren Waller, I thought he was in great shape. Wait a minute. He was just doing like Ironman contests and shit. Go look at his IG. He's been working out like crazy. And then you get some gobbledygook from Mike McDaniel. He is Spicoli on a podium. Seriously. And he's talking about, well, don't you know my normal routine for retired players, and talking about bringing them along slow. Hold on a second. He's been with you for what, a week and a half? He's probably been working out at the facility. That's slow. You don't have pads on now. You're not hitting for a couple of days. That's slow. How much slower can you take it? And then I tweeted out yesterday on our page, if you go to it, the Darren Waller injury history. It's a super rich history of injuries that Darren Waller has. I mean, I kind of made fun of it yesterday that, you get rid of your Pro Bowl tight end and here's a retired bad rapper, basically, is what you got. But, if you want to go over, Darren Waller's history, and now that he's 33, been away from football and all those things, they have him as a chance of injury in 2025, 82.1%. Chance of injury per game, 10% practically. Durability's at 2.7 out of 5 being the most durable. Okay? Starting in 2023, hamstring pull, grade 1. Another thigh hamstring strain, grade 2. Then a thigh hamstring strain, grade 2. Knee unspecified strain, grade 1. Pedal ankle sprain pull, grade 1. Pedal ankle sprain pull, grade 1. Knee patella sprain, grade 1. Knee unspecific strain, grade 1. Hand thumb fracture, grade 1. Shoulder AC joint sprain, grade 1. Thigh hamstring strain, grade 2. Head cranial concussion, grade 1. We tend to just be honest here and give you exactly what's really going on. Right? You replace the Pro Bowl player with someone who is unreliable on and off the field, physically, mentally, everything. And, again, if you're counting on Waller to save your season, and the silly articles that I see people writing and the silly people on YouTube, and if this, and if he can return to form from 5, 6, 7 years ago, I mean, some of you really should put down the drugs, actually. You know what I'm saying? So we've got that. Eichenberg being on the IR. Well, Eichenberg on the IR really... Is that really something I'm concerned about? I just talked about a player that's unreliable on and off the field. Okay, off the field, Eichenberg is very reliable. On the field, he's not reliable. So the fact that he's injured and out and it's several weeks and he's on the PUP list, and so they sign Daniel Brunskill, a guy that, McDaniel wants to remind you, we know that you're going to write and talk about every bad thing, so he's motivated to prove you wrong. Whatever, bro. Hey, he plays guard and center at least. All right? He's a multiple guy, so that helps. It might be an upgrade over Eichenberg. You know what I'm saying?
And he's played with Brewer before.
Yes, he has, actually.
At least there's...
Yeah, no,
I don't know how good that was.
And
but,
McDaniel knows him, too.
Well, that I don't hold that.
Yeah.
The Brewer, I hold more regard than
Yes.
McDaniel.
But he plays guard and he plays center, if I'm correct. That's how it is. He plays the two interior positions. Yeah, he's Eichenberg 2.0. Exactly. You know, who knows? Whatever. You have no depth. You have no depth. And football is brutal. We haven't even started that. They haven't even put on any pads. And they're falling apart already. 2 players already fell apart today, unfortunately. One with a health scare, and the other one, I don't know what happened, what kind of lower leg injury the poor kid from UM had, but whatever. Hopefully Artie Burns is all right. This is and the tight end that you signed to replace your Pro Bowler can't start the season. It's just, this is going to be a long year, man. I mean, I'm prepared for it. I've got Bitcoin. So I'm good. My team is going to win this season. Bitcoin. My football team, my professional football team is not going to win. I'm psyched about the Canes, actually. I'm psyched about the Canes. I think the Canes have a chance of having a good, not national championship, because I'm not going to go there yet. But I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think they're going to be in the ACC championship game. I'm going to go out on a limb because Mario showed me a lot as a coach last year. He had no defensive coordinator, and so we'll see if they fix the defense. That's not his forte. You know what I'm saying? But I love the way he's built the team, and I love that he allowed his offensive coach to be himself. And I had never seen a Mario Cristobal offense be as offensive as it was last year, how he allowed it to pass. And hearing him now, he reminds you, we will run the ball. And so I love that. And I think every quarterback gets a chance to win if you can run the ball, man. So I've got way more. I've got excitement for the University of Miami football season. And by the way, we're going to either have a bigger thirst for it, or it'll subside a bit, because early on we'll get a couple good tests.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, because Maui Noah, I can never pronounce the name. Maui Noah was on the ACC days, media days.
Yeah,
and he was talking how the offensive line is always told they set the tone.
Yes.
And that's how they look at it. When they go there, Mariball and all of them are always like, we're only as good as you guys are going to make us.
Amen.
Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
amen.
Again, that's being drilled every day.
Amen.
Every day. So
you block better. Your receivers have better time to run their route, set up the cornerback. The QB has more time to scan the field. The running back can use a millisecond extra patience to just wait for that hole or hit the right one. Everything starts with the 5 hogs up front. And that's why Marino didn't win, and that's why Tua won't win here either. In the end, you guys, the idiots, will blame the quarterbacks. The smart people like myself will go, well, you don't win at the line of scrimmage ever, you're never going to win ever. And that's why I'm pumped for UM. I give them a chance. I don't give the Dolphins a chance in hell, because they don't have the coach and they don't have the depth. So, like I said, plan is going. They're not going to tell you this. Nobody will admit it in the building, but I'm going to tell you, the plan is going to a T. They got to get rid of McDaniel, and they're going to do it during the season. And this team is set up perfectly to get rid of McDaniel at some point during the season, because it's not good. So Weaver will get his chance. This is the way they get to Weaver, by avoiding the embarrassment of extending McDaniel and then firing him before he even starts his extension. They wanted to avoid that clown show. Let me explain something to you all out there. Politics play in everything. Okay? And the politics of business are playing with the Dolphins. They know they screwed up with McDaniel, but they can't fire him now. So they got to wait for just cause to fire him. Like They can't really fire Powell, but because of the $2.5 billion remodel, oh, maybe that's just cause that we could go after him, right? And then you got Mickey Arison. The Arison family, politics. They're not willing to tear it all the way down. It's not so much Riley, but they don't want to tear it down. See, in 08 and 09, when the Heat tore it down, they had a superstar to sell you for 2 years that you still would come to the arena because everybody's going to want to see Dwayne Wade. So the politics were perfect there. But here, the politics aren't perfect. You have no stars. So if you tear it down and sell Bam and sell Tyler and then wait throughout the season to sell the other two assets you have, right? Then all of a sudden you got all your picks, but the problem is you have no stars. People won't show up. They won't buy tickets. The seats will be empty. Your suites, you won't sell as much concessions. You won't sell the shirts, the hats, and your bottom line will be hurt. But if you put up a team that is somewhat competitive, can hang around 500 because you've got a great coach, might sneak you into the playoffs or whatever, you'll keep some hope and people will buy the shit. And you will show up and he won't lose nearly as much money. Politics. Everybody plays them. It's the way it goes. At QAM, since I left, did they replace another host like me? No. Did they replace a host like me that can produce as much money? No. But they couldn't handle the way I do my show. So they had to play the politics of, no, this guy's too brutally honest. Yeah, he makes us money, but yeah, he's too brutally honest. And it's good. And it's all right because I realized I can be brutally honest on our own platform. And here we are 5 years in. Politics. Politics are being played constantly. The Dolphins don't want the optics. Wait a minute. You extended the coach and now you got to fire him right there in the offseason? That would make no sense. So now you got to go through the season. But instead of tanking like you did with Flo, and Flo didn't understand the politics. Flo's bad at politics. Flo didn't get the politics. Hey, bro, they gave you a 5-year guaranteed contract. You can mail in this year, bro. That's kind of what they're telling you. But he didn't understand the politics. What's the name of, it's not Scritty Politti, is it? The Politics of Dancing. Oh, man. Is it Planet P? Politics of Dancing. Is it? I think it's Planet P that sings that song. It's a really groovy song from back in the 80s. And that's exactly what I'm thinking of, the politics of dancing. And huh? Maybe Reflex. I'm you know, it's a new wave song from the 80s. The politics of dancing. The voice is like that too. If you hear it. See? Forward a little bit. Yeah. That's it. Reflex. So anyway, this is what we're playing. We're playing the politics of dancing. And there's politics being played everywhere. There's politics being played in your job. Right? You know, it's all different types, but it's being played. And that's what we're in right now, folks. We're just playing politics. They've set it up where they know he's not a good enough coach to lift this team, whereas the opposite is in Miami with the Heat. They have the coach that can lift everybody as maxed. Whatever you have, he'll max it. And they know it. So then, you know, they can get away with shit. Here they know they're not going to get away with it. So he'll fail. They'll have a reason to fire him in week 6, 8, 10, 12. And then they'll put Weaver in. And then they'll move on. And this is the politics of dancing. And that's it. And the same way with the Miami Heat. They are unwilling to tear it all the way down like they should because it will hurt their bottom line. The politics of dancing, baby. And the Arison family is not willing to lose in the bottom line. When you guys lose me, you will lose the only brutal honesty you have in South Florida. Okay? That's all I can tell you. Yes.
In the it could be worse column.
What's that?
The Indianapolis Colts fans are watching the battle of Daniel Jones and Richardson. Neither guy at the moment lighting it up.
Yeah, Richardson's terrible.
It's like, could you imagine being?
Yeah.
I get it's first day of camp, it's shorts, it's whatever. You're not even hitting them now.
No.
They're not lighting it up with that.
No, they're not. Well, neither one is a good passer.
Oh my goodness.
Neither one's a good. But Richardson is a horrible passer, and he's fragile. So Daniel Jones will survive because he can actually run and take some hits. You know, he has a little Josh Allen in him in that sense. Yeah. As a runner, slow down. But Richardson doesn't have any of that as a runner because he's fragile. He breaks down every time. He's as fragile as Tua, yet he's twice the size. It's crazy. True Fin Fan, thank you, sir, for the super chat, which, of course, remember, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink donation. And we always encourage that because we get 100% of the donation to the show. Whereas in YouTube, they take 30% away. So we appreciate it. But we always prefer the other option. True Fin Fan, thank you. Probo, you see it too, right? Yep. Yeah. He's going to have a Pro Bowl of chicken here and hanging out on the sidelines for a while. And tomorrow he'll have some steak. Then he'll have some pork. He'll be chilling out. Devin Jordan, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Damn, Big O, the way you described Waller's injury history, it might be wise to sign Noah Fant as a backup plan B. I would sign Noah Fant. If he doesn't want too much money, I would love to bring Noah Fant here. Devin, you and I know Noah Fant is better than everybody you have right now. I really like Julian Hill. Don't get me wrong. I know he's, the stupidity he does constantly blows you away. But he really has the skill set. That I will not argue with him on that. I see it with the kid. But he hasn't proven anything. So, yeah, Noah Fant would be the most accomplished, most consistent guy you would have on the team. But if you sign Noah Fant, there's no reason to have Darren Waller on. And now you give him $2 million, just a little bit above the minimum. You're probably gonna want to sink more than swim. You know what I'm saying, Devin? So everything has been there's been zero urgency over and over. I've been showing you proof over and over again. Zero urgency. We got anything coming across?
Travis Wingfield put up day one is a wrap. Few notes. Do you want to hear the notes?
Yeah, man. Travis is good.
All right. Jalen Wright picked up where he left off in the spring. He presses the hole, then wins with speed and a condensed defender. Remember, they're in shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
He said, marveling over Jonah and James Daniels get off in Indy drills. They were also sharp in a stunt pickup drill. Patrick Paul had one of the best days for my money. Had convincing wins on Chop and Chubb. Defensively, the usual suspects had plays, again, in shorts. Chubb, sack and a TFL. Sealer, Brooks, TFLs. Tanner Connor, camp winner here, looked fast and dangerous as a runner after the catch. Eric Ezukama made two big plays, including a possible TD after a nice ball on a slant from Wilson. Tua got it out quick on target. Chunk gains to Waddle. That's all for now.
Remember, practice, shorts, they're not hitting. It means absolutely nothing. And you've seen Ezukama tear it up in training camp before, right? Yeah, we've seen all that kind of stuff. So Tanner Connor, So let's just chill out and relax. And don't forget, folks, that today's program is brought to you by our friends here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. And right now, folks, they are stacked with Crosstreks and Outback. Right now, you can take advantage. 40 Outbacks in stock, 70 Crosstreks in stock, and right now, $225 a month for the Crosstrek on lease. Perfect for your next adventure with standard all-wheel drive and advanced safety features. The Outback is now available for $267 a month with a rare 1.9 financing rate right now. So take advantage. One of the most aggressive offers out there, and take advantage because this is one of the better deals in a long, long time. And as for our Big O special, when you visit us here and you get here, you tell them, hey, Big O told me I get $500 off the next purchase of my Subaru. So come on out here. You'll get $500 off. Make sure you mention us. Take advantage. You got any questions? Ask for Eric or any of the fellas out here. 754-799-4129. That's 754-799-4129 here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. You can use that QR code there too on the YouTube page if you're watching and not listening. All right. If you're listening, come on, visit or give them a ring. Take advantage here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. You got something for me? What do we got?
Well,
anything out of camp?
Nothing crazy, but
Marty Burns injured.
Yeah.
Matos to the hospital.
Tua was asked about Tyreek Hill rebuilding relationship with him and team. He says is a work in progress. When you say something like that, you don't just come back with my bad.
Right.
You got to work with that relationship up. He is working on himself.
Good.
That's kind of the first time I've seen anybody
call out
in a
Tyreek.
way, yeah, kind of put it out because everybody's like, oh no, we just, I know Jordan Brooks I saw earlier said, no, it's all good. It's this and that. It's the first I've seen.
He's the quarterback. He
Yeah.
should do that.
Yeah, no, he's got to do that.
He should do that.
Yeah. So
he should do that.
interesting to see that coming.
That's how you have to handle Tyreek. Tyreek had a press conference yesterday, and Tyreek, see the problem with Tyreek now, and you saw with that comment with Tua, is that Tyreek has zero credibility. Tyreek is a liar. Tyreek is a person who is unreliable, inconsistent, not loyal. Okay? In Spanish, we like to call him un traicionero. All right? And so this is a person that cannot handle adversity. Any kind of adversity. He flips when an old man at a pier is telling him he can't fish there. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about a person that somehow or another, an IG model ended up with a broken leg and there's a lawsuit. This isn't like she slipped and fell at the house. That would be done and over. No, there is an incident that happened. This is a guy that quit on his team. This is a guy that badmouths his team, players, coaches. So when you hear Tyreek in the press conference yesterday say this about maturity.
I don't believe so, man, but we try not to pay too much attention to outside noise, because we control our own destiny at the end of the day. I mean, I think that's great. That's that people, kind of put us in that underdog situation, because if coach brings it up or whoever brings it up, our receiver coach, that makes guys even more hungry, to get back, what's ours. So we have a real nice chance to be special here this year. I think guys have matured a lot. I've matured a lot. Coach has even matured a lot. So that's awesome, man. Like, we're all growing together, having great laughs in the locker room. So we're just going to continue to build, man.
Tyreek, nobody has your problems. Mike McDaniel's maturity issues are mainly, on the field as a coach because he's not a good one and he doesn't know how to counter. He doesn't know even how to set up an entire game plan. His lack of maturity is experience as a head coach. So that's why he is failing. And that's why he has failed overall. He's been a failure here. They've given him more than enough talent. He has underachieved every year, but it's not because he's a bad human being or a quitter. He never shows any of those characteristics. Neither has any other player on the team. Only you, my brother. You're the only one on that rowboat all by your lonesome. You're on the river of denial. And you've been on it for a while, and you're still on it right now. I get it. You need everybody else to try to, be on this ride with you, but really they're not on the ride with you. You're on the ride by yourself, and all eyes are watching you because you're the only one that quits on the team. You're the only guy that constantly disappoints the team on and off the field. Okay? Athletes are going to disappoint you on the field all the time. Every athlete, it's going to happen. Maybe some will be more habitual than others because they're not as good as others, and that happens. But off the field, they shouldn't be disappointing you at any time because it's just like you, right? I mean, it's pretty hard. I don't really break any IG's models' legs or anything like that. I'm not driving 60 miles an hour in a school zone, in a concert, or in a game. These are easy things. I'm not attacking an old man on a pier. These are really easy things to avoid. I don't have babies with 7 other women outside of my only wife. I don't have another kid, period. So these aren't really hard things to avoid. And you're the guy. You're by your lonesome. So the team, they've got to figure out their own things. Tua's got to figure out how to stay healthy and play smart. Not use his head as a battering ram, but use his head just to pass the ball. Yeah, those are different types of things. But what you've got to do, first of all, nobody believes it. Okay? Personally, for me, I'm just hoping you have a hell of a season so they can trade you by the deadline and finally get something for you out of a desperate team that can rent you for a month or two. That would be cool, actually. That would be cool because I don't think you're going anywhere here with the Dolphins, so might as well get something for this mistake of bringing you back. But this is where Tyreek has zero credibility. Just shut up and play, dude. Just shut up and play. And I don't want to hear from Mike McDaniel or anybody else that he's been here or that. Tua's been the only one that has called it like you're supposed to call it. Like none of this means a damn thing until you actually prove it like a man. And that's something that he hasn't proven at all. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we got Eichenberg out several weeks. We got the safety. I don't know whatever the hell his name is. But it's not serious. So that one looks like he's going to be returning soon. They signed Daniel Brunskill, and Waller is also on the PUP list. And then we've got Artie Burns on crutches, seen by several photographers, and the offensive lineman Matos, unfortunately, was taken to the hospital for a certain condition that he had on the field, and hopefully he's all right. So that's what we've got going on so far with the Miami Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen. I see Stephen Harris is number 1, and yes, Ozzie, rest in peace. It was crazy, right? 2 weeks ago, Ozzie is performing. He sounded good, too. Okay, considering everything he's been through, the 4 songs he did with Black Sabbath, the 5 songs he did with his Ozzy band, he sounded good, man, overall. And then he passes away 2 weeks later, and I'm thinking, did that whole thing take such a toll on him that it just ended him? Or did he reach the pinnacle one more time, and that's what he was fighting and hoping for, and then his heart kind of gave out? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out down the line. I don't know what it is. Paterno, not to compare the two, okay? I'm not trying. But if you remember, Paterno had cancer, and he was coaching, and they fired him. And once they fired him, he died shortly after. Once you took away what kept his engine going every day, because that's what he knew, it got taken away from him. And you just wonder a little bit with Ozzy. I wonder if some of that after that experience, that he knows that he will never be able to be Ozzy Osbourne again like he was, and if that mentally and physically kind of took a toll after that performance. And if you go look at the performance, which I did that day, and then I've gone back to see it again, at the end of his performance, he's not in a good place. He's turning around and screaming to the people, "Get me off of here, get me off," because it kind of took a little bit to get the chair and him out. If you need to go back and watch it. And so I don't know if there was pain, discomfort, or whatever, and you just wonder psychologically those moments, what they do to someone, right? Because when you can't do what you love anymore, it's hard to try to find something to replace it. It's a challenge. It's something that it'll happen to any of us in any walk of life. I don't give a shit if you're an artist. I don't care if you're a general sales manager here at Subaru. You might love running the place. You might love working with people. You might love getting somebody into a great car, and you know that car is going to take care of them for the next 10, 15, 20 years. That kind of shit. And that inspires you every day. I don't care if you make pizzas. Okay, you bring that kind of pleasure to people because they love your food, and then you can't do it anymore. Yeah, that's a pain that every one of us has to suffer at one point or another. That we cannot do what we love to do, and you just wonder if that took a little bit of a toll on Ozzy after that whole experience, and then to realize just to get that off. And just to get him in that position, what it took, and you wonder what also it took from him to do that performance. It was rough, man. It was rough. NorCal says losing Ozzy has hit me harder than any other musician. No rest for the wicked. R.I.P. Ozzy. Dolphin Dave in the house. Cosa Nostra with a little love for Ozzy. Jay Gelfin, Dolphin Dave, also love for Ozzy. It says the crazy train has come to its last stop. R.I.P. If you're driving in South Florida, be extra careful. Yeah, a lot of water out there. Alexis Palenzuela, Jeff in Long Island, Gus 1388, Finn's Rule, Ozzy, a true legend. You put your stamp on the world. Yeah, man. I mean, he and his guys started heavy metal. Heavy metal started with Black Sabbath. We could go to MC5 and a couple of other bands that had some elements of metal, but nobody put it together until Black Sabbath really put it together and said, this is the new genre of music. Yeah. What is this that stands before me? Jamie Zorria in Torreon, Mexico. Thank you, sir. Think Blue Dodgers smashing it in L.A. One-Eyed Jack, Ariel Savaria. Inter Miami got a huge signing. Big O, DePaul. Yes. They need it. They got it. They got to keep loading up because Messi needs all the help he can get to win in the MLS. I guess the MLS isn't as cheesy a league as people make it out to be, right? Because Pelé came to the NASL and dominated. I think he won like 6 of them or something. Messi can't even get out of the first round. So, yeah, you better go sign more stars for the guy. So it's good, but it's kind of, just to make sure, so when you talk to those international hardcore soccer fans and they're crapping all over the MLS, and they're like, well, what happened, bro? Messi can't even get out of the first round. And we'll see what happens this year. Especially you got to help out those international fans that love slamming the MLS. They need more material. If Messi doesn't win and gets handled all the time with all his friends, boy, Robert Slappy is in. Saban coaches the Dolphins next year. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Ozzy is in the brain today, and hopefully he can rest forever in peace. He was in a lot of pain too, so maybe he's in a better place. Big Johnson in the house. Pat in Asheville. Friendly advice. Delete your post. Just trust me on this. Horn Dog, Nyborg. Let's see. Brett Dodger. R.I.P. to the Prince of Darkness. I can't believe we let Brett Gabbert go. I know, man, huh? You thought Gabbert would be the guy that would lead us to the Super Bowl. Yes, sir. What do we got?
Did you know Ozzy Osbourne?
Yes.
2021.
Yes.
WWE Hall of Famer.
Ooh. His body was able to walk into a ring?
No, it should have been way before that because they use so much of his music. But
who doesn't?
On that specific one, though.
What sports arena doesn't use Ozzy Osbourne?
He did War Pigs for the War Games, but he also added, he redid it to fit in the War Games that was happening there. It was badass.
Okay. Well, Ozzy's badass, bro.
No, I know that, but I mean,
Ozzy's badass.
When you saw it, I was like, man, and again, it was only a few years ago.
The good thing is, folks, one thing that I tweeted out right away when it happened, he gets to jam with Randy Rhoads again. And that's beautiful. Okay? We get to reunite Ozzy Osbourne with Randy Rhoads. The Lord now has Ozzy and Randy jamming. It's got Jimi Hendrix hanging out in the background. John Lennon's there, so he's got Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse. So, there's a hell of a group up there. But the good thing is that Ozzy and Randy are together again. And that, my friends, is a blessing. That's a blessing. F Money says we need to get Noah Fant now. Yeah, he'll put us over the top. I love how fans have urgency and the team shows none. Fans really want to win, but the team shows you like they're not really killing themselves to try to win, bro. What happened with the Jets now?
Jets signed offensive lineman Samuel Jackson.
Wow. He not only plays an angry black man, but he can also, wow, he can play football. The actor turned football player. I thought he was a little too old to play football.
Oh, not for the Jets. They went Aaron Rodgers. Now
well, yeah, they're going older. Yeah. I got it now. Got
to save money. You gave all that Sauce Gardner now.
Samuel Jackson. How about that? Will he also narrate the opener too? Right? Because I mean,
that's true. The Jets intro now is going to be
the only thing you would want to watch.
So good.
The only thing you're going to want to watch
Might be the
is
only
the
thing
Jets
watchable.
intro with Samuel Jackson. That's it. That's it. So great move by the Jets signing Samuel Jackson. I knew Hollywood was in trouble, but I didn't know it was that bad. Big O, how's a 2-6 start and missing the playoffs after capitulating at the end of the 2023 season, not cause to fire him? No, they extended him. They extended him. That's why they can't fire him. Let's see. Gus says they didn't mention that Tanner Conner got fumble stripped by Sean Smith. Sean Smith is back. He's back to playing corner again, Sean Smith. Bro, first Samuel Jackson leaves acting to go to the Jets, and now Sean Smith is back with the Dolphins? Damn. He's 38. Damn. It's awesome. Sean Smith is out there stripping. Tell you. Finn Rule says, I think the Dolphins tried to trade Tyreek, but not a single team was interested. So now it's a massive elephant. No, they didn't try to trade Tyreek, dude. No, but they didn't bother to try. Do you really sit there and say that kind of stupid shit to yourself, Finn's Rule? Really? Think about it. The guy has all these off the field issues that haven't stopped till just a couple months ago. And you're going to pick up the phone and call somebody that you want to trade Tyreek? They're going to laugh at you and hang up on you, bro. Nobody wants Tyreek, dude. Nobody. I get it. You probably read some bullshit article or maybe some writer that was desperate in the offseason that had to. But I kept telling all of you there was no trade of Tyreek because they can't trade him. They're screwed. And the cap ramifications of it will be so devastating, which is the part you don't understand, Finn Rule, about it. But it's all right, dude. You probably watch a lot of fan sites talking about the Finns. They really don't know anything about the Finns. They're just being fans, just like you, my brother. So mathematically, it could not happen because then you would be stripping your team of more talent. In order to do that, you have to then really just tell everybody we're not even trying to compete. But that's the part that Finn Rule and a lot of you out there, you just don't understand. So you say stupid shit like that and you tell yourself that maybe to make yourself feel better about your team because, well, at least they tried to trade him. No, bro, just say your team is stupid for extending him and keeping him on this team for this year. Let's just say that from the ownership down and everybody, front office and coaches, everybody was just flat out stupid for giving that man this year's money. And when they did that, they signed their fate. And if nobody writing or anybody else told you that, they didn't tell you the truth. And that's the problem that we have in this world, that people aren't willing to tell you the truth. So that way they can string your ass along. And then you'll be saying stupid crap like that to yourself like you just did, Finn's Rule. And have a great day, brother. Appreciate you. Mike Suarez, been jamming to Black Sabbath albums all day. Damn, these Ozzy albums hold up. R.I.P. Ozzy, of course. Great music always holds up, my brother. It never dies. Never will. It's kind of what it is. I can still sing I Can't Get No Satisfaction. And it came out in the 60s. And we're in 2025.
It's because you're a Dolphins fan.
Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah, I can't get no satisfaction. That is true. That is true. That is our slogan.
Here's something for the column of That's So Dolphins.
Yes.
Do you know how Artie Burns got injured?
Oh no. Was he changing a light bulb like what was the name of the special teams guy that I have his jersey signed? I've told the story before. Super nice guy, one of the nicest people, and really good. I can't remember the name. Really good special teamer, one of the better special teamers. And he was like a a good extra pass rusher. I forgot his name now, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, apparently the injury happened when he became entangled with another player during backpedal drills for DBs early in practice. Knowing he got hurt, he threw his helmet down in disgust and then later left the team.
Poor kid.
How do you get hurt in the backpedal drills?
You get tangled up and you pull something and easy, bro.
But isn't it? It's just you and the guy is 5 yards across from you.
I was concussed walking away from the toilet.
No, I get that, but I just don't understand the entangling. Like, where did the other person come from?
People
do the drills. Somebody must have been walking across where they weren't.
People
supposed to
trip coming out of a bathroom or
that's
out of a car.
That's Eichenberg.
I pulled my groin getting out of the car at a Van Halen concert. Seriously. At Amway Center, and I remember it was a Van Halen concert, the reunion, and I'm getting out of the car and I pull my left leg out, and boom, I feel something. I'm like, oh man, what is that? And then I'm kind of walking stiff to the seat. And then when the concert was over, oh my God, that's when I really felt it. On the way back, oh, brother. And I was walking, just twisted for months. So, yeah, injuries can happen at any moment. That's why I reminded everybody, look at the roster. They have zero depth. If they get injuries, which it's football, it'll be so devastating to this team. And you don't have the coach to overcome all that shit. So, what else do we have here? Howdy-o. I heard he stopped taking medicine for his disease. It must have been in major pain, so he saw that in his face. R.I.P. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's true, what's not, but it's just so sad, man. Big O, who is undrafted rookie you have your eye on? Nobody, bro. Strafasi, sorry, my brother. I'm just in a wait and see mode. I have zero expectations. I'm expecting a terrible season, my brother. You think I'm worried about some undrafted rookie? That's not. You don't have a star can't make a difference on this team right now. So why am I even worried about some undrafted rookie? If it happens, I'll be cheering it on and hopeful. I have zero expectations, my brother. I am not working myself up for nothing with the Dolphins. I will expect the worst, pray for the best. That's where I'm at right now. So, Bradley Maddox, thank you, sir. And Ozzy is legendary. Frankie Fresco, Big O, do you think it makes sense for the MLS to allow Messi to skip the All-Star game? Is it final? Is that what's happening?
I honestly haven't been looking for Messi stuff. I've been only looking for Dolphins. But I do know that you retweeted what
Penizo
put out about that he would have to miss.
Yeah, on the first regular season game right after.
Yeah. So. Which would actually be Cincinnati Saturday, by the way.
Here's the problem with this. This is a dilemma that is really screwed up, Frankie. Okay, because I can make a case for it every way. Should Messi be playing in the All-Star game considering the stretch of games that he just had? No. Is it important for him to play in the All-Star game? Yes. It's super important for the league. So the best player in the league is not going to play in the All-Star game. But if you're Inter Miami, your star needs rest, dude. If you don't want to injure him and down the stretch and you're trying to get a better position in the playoffs because you're in the 5th spot right now, you're not like in a key spot. I think you're headed on the road in this one in the first round right now. I don't know. You have to weigh things. Do you do what's best for the league overall, or do you do what's best for Inter Miami? And if you're Messi and you don't want to deal with injuries, do you do what's best for you instead of what's best for them? Because you don't give a shit. You're not going to get any more money for playing in the All-Star game, not money that's going to make any difference in your life. And all you're going to do is be bothered to do promos and meet this person or that person, and you can get away from all that bullshit and take care of your body during the off time. So I can make a case for both. If you play the All-Star game, you have a chance of hurting your Inter Miami regular season. If you stay and don't play in the MLS All-Star game, you have a better chance for your Inter Miami season, but you hurt the league in its showcase game. I was born October 1st. Yo soy Libra. You got to weigh your options, bro. But I can make a case for all of it. Can't you? Am I wrong here? Am I wrong on that? Can you make a case for Messi's holding out, and you can make a case for Messi playing? It goes both ways. Now, what I would do, I would hold him out. I would hold him out. Screw it, bro. You want to see Messi? Well, you'll see him when he comes to your town. Hopefully. Or come to Miami. The games don't sell out anymore anyways. Not a big deal. Yes.
So looking at the ESPN stuff, he didn't show up for the practice.
I know.
Thing, but Alba also. So you're going to miss Messi and Alba in versus Cincinnati if they're both not there. But by the current rules. Again, things could change, but right now you'll be missing Messi and Alba.
And the owners aren't going to let you flex out that rule.
Even the coach says, I play who they send me. I simply coach and direct the players that they gave me, and I think that's more of a question for them, and I hope so, because having the best player in history is something very important for everyone.
Nothing more embarrassing than what happened last year at Inter Miami and Messi. You can't go and run roughshod through the league and not get even out of the first round against the worst team in the playoffs. That's an embarrassment, bro. I would hold them out because I would care more about my season if I'm Jorge Mas. That's just me. I feel terrible for Jorge Mas, by the way. Okay? I really do, because that man has spent a fortune and this doesn't pay off, dude. Maybe it pays off box office or something, or money. I don't know. I don't even believe that they're what's it called? They're making money. So we'll see. But it's a tough situation, Frankie. It really is. All right. Don't forget, folks, Welton Rayom, a proud sponsor of our program. We love talking about Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, and they can help you in so many ways: bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Give them a ring, 954-966-4646, and we are in hurricane season. But as you know now, it doesn't matter about hurricanes anymore. We get torrential downpours. We just had one now. Okay. We just had one now where the streets were flooded right now. This happens. You can have roof damage. You all know flooding happens immediately in some neighborhoods. And the worst thing you do is call your insurance company. You're supposed to call people like Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters. They send their adjusters, and then they call the insurance company on your behalf. You never have to deal with the adjusters. You never have to deal with the insurance company. You know what? The only thing you do is pick up a check at Welton Rayom. Life is tough enough as it is. You got to do a lot of stuff out there. You don't need this mess. Call Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. The consultation's free, 954-966-4646. They've been with us since day one, and so many of our listeners over the last 5 years have had a lot of success calling Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. 2 ass kickers, 2 bookend tackles, ready to get it done for you. 954-966-4646. Hour number 2 next.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru. Rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All right, back for hour number 2 here at beautiful Subaru of Pembroke Pines, and my man Eric Stampone ready to go. How you feeling, baby? How you feeling, Eric?
It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to sell some cars.
Yes,
Feel great.
Yes, and
or help people get cars.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things, I've been a car guy my entire life. My next vehicle in 2026 is going to be an SUV. And that one that you guys coming out might be the lead dog out of all the Zen family.
The new electric car.
Yeah, that new electric car.
The Trail Seeker.
The Trail Seeker, yes.
Yeah, that's Subaru's new large SUV electric that's coming out.
Yeah,
They just announced it.
That might be my lead dog for 2026. But anyway, my point is, you saw the torrential downpour.
Oh yeah, yesterday was bad.
This is when you need a Crosstrek, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if you're looking for, a Solterra, or if you're looking for a car to kind of battle some of the elements, and be reliable.
Yeah,
we're right here, baby. We're right here, 16100 Pines Boulevard, #1 volume sales dealership in Florida. So you're not going to be driving around South Florida, right? Just come here. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people hear Subaru and they immediately think of like mountains and off-roading and stuff like that. We don't have mountains and snow in South Florida, but you got the rain and the flooding and the downpour. So with the all-wheel drive system, I think it's phenomenal. You know, I remember, when was it, last year with that bad flood we had? They called it like the worst. It was last year, 2 years ago. There was a really bad big rain where everything flooded.
Right.
And there was cars in the middle. Like, I live in Fort Lauderdale. I didn't see a single Subaru stuck. So that's all I got to say.
Right.
You know, so
yeah, exactly.
No snows and mountains, but you got plenty of rain and downpour. So
and that's why for me, I am getting, my wife has been on SUV for a while now, and she's got an RDX. And so her and I are getting new cars in 2026.
Nice.
But she'll get an SUV automatically. She loves SUVs. I've always been a car guy. I'm going SUV, bro, because of that, dude. I want to just have a little bit more height just to overcome that kind of stuff.
That's where the whole industry is going. Sedans are going away, and these manufacturers, everything is SUVs. So if you pay attention to it when you're driving, pay attention to how many sedans you see. It's not that much. Everything's SUVs and trucks.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Safety, you're higher up.
Yeah, and if anything, the sedans are probably going to be more expensive, higher end SUVs or something. I mean, higher luxury type of sedans or things like that. What were you going to say, Sean? Oh, okay.
Subaru is this is the last year for the Legacy. The Legacies are luxury sedan, and Subaru announced that this is the last year they're making that.
All right. Pat in Asheville is asking, can you ask Eric? He's in Nashville, but he's a strong supporter of the program.
I love Nashville. I was there recently.
No, Asheville, Carolina.
Hey, also beautiful.
Yes,
mountains,
super beautiful.
Yeah. I went to summer camp there.
Can you ask Eric what the price range for that new Subaru electric will be? I may be getting one of those.
So whenever Subaru releases like a new model, they don't give us any price information yet. So I don't have any of it as of yet. But with the electric cars, you currently have the Solterra, which came out in 2024. That's going to be their midsize SUV that starts at $43,000. And then they're releasing 2 additional electric models. So they're going to have a small like crossover, smaller than the Solterra. That's called the Uncharted. They just released that. No pricing information as of yet. So the Uncharted will be the smaller electric like crossover, and they announced that's going to have over 300-mile range.
That's for me. I got to get 300 miles plus.
Then you're going to have the Solterra, which is the midsize, which is we currently have. And then the Trail Seeker is the one that we were discussing. So that's going to be the large SUV electric.
Pat, you and I are going to get some Trail Seekers, bro.
No pricing information as of yet, but
you got to see it.
I'm waiting on it. So, yeah.
It's a badass car.
Yeah,
bro.
it's on the website. If you go to Subaru.com, they released if you hit electric cars and future vehicles, the Uncharted is on there, the small electric SUV, and the Trail Seeker's on there. If you want to see the pictures of it, it's beautiful.
Yeah, man. That is a choice vehicle. Can't wait.
Once they open up orders for it is when they'll start releasing the price information. But unfortunately, I have nothing as of yet.
All right, but we're here every month, so eventually, when that info comes, Did you enjoy the parade?
I wasn't at the parade. I wasn't at.
But watching.
Yeah. So I live like 5 minutes from A1A in Fort Lauderdale. I went to the parade last year, and that was enough for me. I didn't have to do it again because it's a lot. It's a lot. So many people. You're crowded. It's hot.
And you're trapped.
You're trapped. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Go Panthers. I love them. I was there in spirit, but I was.
You won't catch me at any of those celebrations anymore. I did that a lot of.
I did it once. That's it.
I've done those celebrations for other teams in the past. It's just I'm good at this age. I just watch it from afar and enjoy the same way I would if I was there. Except now I don't have to sweat and go through that whole hassle. But it was fun. And the amazing part, dude. They brought everybody back, bro. They signed the 3 horses.
Oh yeah, we last show we were talking who they're gonna sign. Now we got everybody.
Yeah, because we haven't talked about like the same team practically is coming back next year. That is amazing. Nobody does that, dude.
And I don't know who's gonna compete with us next year.
I know.
Yeah, I think knock on wood, pray to the hockey gods. I think we could
well, we'll see. Obviously you need luck, you need health, all those kind of things. Are you a Dolphins fan? Are you a suffering Dolphins fan like ourselves?
I'm all South Florida team.
Okay,
so I'm
just
a Dolphins
like me.
fan, Marlins fan. Yeah, I'm a Dolphins
I'm
fan.
actually pumped about the Canes this year. Not so much that I don't expect much from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Canes actually, I really think
I'm excited to see Cam Ward in the NFL.
Yeah, that'll be fun to see if see how he translates to the next level.
Where do you go? Titans, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Titans.
Yeah. And then Will Levis just got a shoulder deal, so he's out for the year. Yeah. And not that he was going to be the guy anyways. Cam was going to be the guy, and that's why they took him number 1. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. Anyway, let's. Oh man, what was else I was going to? Oh, the Canes are the ones that I'm pumped up about.
Yeah.
Actually, it's what I've been telling everybody. I'm not so sold on the Dolphins at all this year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a long season, unfortunately. But
we need to hit the reset button. We got to get rid of the coach.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That'll happen this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my prediction that they kind of
mid-season. You think they get?
I think Weaver becomes our coach.
The defensive coordinator. I like him.
We all like him.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Talk to any Dolphin fan. And they look at Weaver and they're like, bro, that's the guy that should be our coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't met a Dolphin fan that says, no, I like Mike McDaniel over Weaver. when they see Weaver and then you see
The way he carries
McDaniel
himself, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, well, wait a minute, bro. This doesn't jive.
The McDaniels thing was a cool experiment, and it was like exciting because he's different. He was bringing all these offensive schemes.
He does have a terrific
yeah.
offensive mind.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know how to use it.
Yeah, but too complex sometimes isn't good.
Right, because you
keep it simple, stupid.
I almost think like, and that guy probably exists in this building.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be the leader, but he brings you some great ideas.
Right.
He doesn't know how to organize everything and put it all in place because that's why you have upper management. But there's always that guy or that woman that has some great ideas and you keep them around because they're good employees, but they may not be a leader.
Right.
And I think that's Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel is that guy that he was the run coordinator. Hey, coach, I drew up this great run play, but the coach knows exactly when to use that play.
Honestly, Big O, I think you're on the money.
You know what I mean?
That was the best thing I've ever heard you say. I think you're on the money.
You're
so right.
It's just that's the way he rubs
You're so
me.
right. You're so right.
You know, and in life we all have roles.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, by the way, at all.
Absolutely not.
It's just like when somebody is not a good head coach, but they're a fantastic defensive or offensive coordinator.
You're so right. And there's 100% nothing wrong with that.
Zero.
Yeah.
Cogs in every machine have a role.
Yes.
And so without the belt, the engine ain't going to work, bro. Without the oil, the engine ain't going to work. Without the pistons, the engine ain't going to. Everything has a play in it, you know, and why it works in an engine. The same thing as a team or as an organization or whatever. And that's the problem with McDaniel. He's not a leader, but he's probably a really good employee.
He's a brilliant mind. I think what he was the offensive coordinator for the Niners.
He was the run coordinator.
The run coordinator.
Yeah. Wasn't really the
and
offensive
he was phenomenal
coordinator.
in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because Shanahan knows how to use the plays. You know, he's the guy. Mike McDaniel is me in a kitchen.
Right.
Okay. You gave me all the ingredients. You told me how to do it, but bro,
not happening.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
My daughter, you give her all the ingredients and whatever, and it comes out, and it's a freaking high-end meal that you're paying for. You know what I'm saying?
Your daughter's a good cook?
Oh, she's a great cook.
That's a blessing.
She's a great cook. She did another fantastic meal yesterday with a brownie and everything at the end.
All right, well, you know, I take leftovers.
Yeah, bro. But this is like fresh made brownies.
Wow.
Like her pasta's all fresh. Everything. She makes everything scratch, bro. Everything. Nothing is bought from anywhere. She makes everything from scratch. Amazing.
That's amazing.
But that's what I'm saying. I can't do that.
Right.
You know, and I think that's Mike McDaniel. He has all the ideas. He's just not the guy that knows how to put it all together.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the sad part about it, man. You know, that's why I'm actually pumped about the Kane season. Mario, who was super conservative throughout his career, last year allowed his offensive coach to coach.
Who's Mario, the head coach?
The head
I don't
coach.
know Canes like you know Canes.
Okay.
I like football. I follow them.
Well,
that's the head coach?
Well, yeah, that's
You
the
like
head
him?
coach. I've always liked Mario, but the one knock I have on Mario has been his conservative ways. And he stayed away from being conservative last year. I was really proud of that. And he allowed his offensive coordinator to open it up. And Cam was like dishing it.
So fun to watch.
Yeah, right. Well, and Mario would never, he didn't allow Justin Herbert to do that. Okay. You've seen Justin Herbert, right? You know, in San Diego or Los Angeles, whatever. Kid's got an arm. He made him more of a runner than a passer in Oregon because he was so, conservative. And here he allowed
So he used to be the coach
Cam.
of Oregon.
Yeah.
Got it.
And now he allowed Cam to be Cam, and he allowed the offensive coordinator to allow Cam to be that. And I think that's huge. And if Mario is now coaching that way and allowing his offensive coordinator to do his thing, I think eventually the defense will be better this year. I think we're headed for a good year for the Canes. I really do.
A big part of leadership, like if you look at these players like employees, I think you need to allow people
Delegate.
to be themselves.
Delegate.
And encourage that.
Yeah.
You know, because if you try, hey, I want you to do it this way, you want to allow someone to shine.
Freedom.
Yeah, freedom to be yourself. You need to trust them and encourage that, and that's when the magic happens. But I think sometimes people tend to micromanage,
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's what happens. All right, man. So what do we got going on, man? We got a couple of things going on with the Outbacks and the cross treks.
Yeah, you got with Subaru got very aggressive. We have over 40 brand new Outbacks in stock. They all need to go. Subaru released a extremely aggressive finance program on them, which I haven't seen in years. You got 1.9. But the good part is it's up to 72 months. Typically, when you go 72 months, which is 6 years, they increase the rate. Subaru came out and said we're going to do 1.9 on all new Outbacks, every model, because sometimes they'll limit it to certain models, trims of that model. So Outback, all trims, you got 1.9 up to 72 months, and we're selling them like hotcakes. So that's a phenomenal deal, and we got plenty of those. So those all need to go. Come get your 1.9 Outback today.
And by the way, the show is brought to you here by our friends at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Yeah. And as my man Eric just said, right now they're stacked with the inventory, especially on the Crosstrek and the Outback. The Crosstrek, like you just said, $225 a month on the lease. Perfect for your next adventure with standard all-wheel drive and advanced safety features. You can explore the Outback, now available for $267 a month with a rare 1.9% APR financing rate. And it is one of the most aggressive offers that they've seen in a long, long time. And make sure you mention the Big O special. You will get $500 off when you buy or lease a vehicle here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Yeah, and on with the Crosstrek, you got with the Crosstrek, you have 2.9 financing, and on certain trims, it's the more loaded trims. You do have 1.9 as well with the Crosstreks up to 60 months. So the deals, everybody wants the good deal when they're
obviously
buying a car, would be on the Outback and the Crosstrek right now. We got plenty of those cars, and those all need to go. Speaking of the Crosstreks as well, all the vehicles here are 2025s. Subaru just opened up the 2026 orders for Crosstreks.
Okay.
Orders mean you could order the car. The cars won't be here till November. But we are taking orders on the 2026 Crosstreks. That's the first 2026 model year that we're taking orders on. So that's another exciting.
Is that the one that the new model's changing? Or is
the models? No, it's not a body style change.
No,
it's not a body.
There was one that you were saying that is coming with a body style change. Which one was it?
Yeah, so the 2026 Outback is a whole different car.
Right.
That car is going to be sick. I've seen pictures of it. It's beautiful. It's a whole revamp. They modernized it. It looks rugged. It's gorgeous. Half my staff is waiting for those orders to open. But the 2026 Outbacks orders haven't opened yet. I'm expecting those to probably open in a month or two. So that hasn't happened as of yet. The first 2026 model opening is the Crosstrek. So that just happened last week. So we're taking orders on the 2026 Crosstrek. So that's exciting.
When I was tripping out, a conversation that I caught a couple of you guys having is that once somebody buys a Subaru, you almost get them constantly coming back to buy. I didn't know this when I heard two of your guys talking about this.
Yeah.
How crazy it is.
Yeah.
The rebuy, the release of a customer with Subaru.
What's crazy about this brand, I don't know if I told you this. So I started my career at the Lexus store.
Okay.
So I worked at Lexus. I started when I was 21 years old. I worked there for 8 years. So I've been here 5 years now. So it's the difference with the brands. And I will never say anything bad about Lexus. A phenomenal car. Phenomenal product.
Yeah.
But the difference with working with the different brands is the passion people have for this product is like, I didn't see that at Lexus.
I didn't know that until being around you guys now, and then listening to the two guys talk about that.
It's unbelievable. I mean, life is about passion, or one of the things for that matter. It's exciting, and it's not just customers; it's the staff. Like everyone's so passionate about the brand and the product. So Subaru's definitely doing something right.
People love reliability, bro.
Yeah, safety
and reliability, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they love that shit, dude.
Yeah, and then
they love the car that is not going to be in the shop all the time.
Yeah.
They love the car that's going to turn on all the time. They love the car that is going to fight through the mud and the rain and all that kind of stuff and lasts.
They love their freaking Subies, man.
Yeah, bro.
And like you said, when a customer gets a Subie, the brand loyalty, I don't know the exact percentage of
Very
that.
crypto-like. When people when people
like
believe
cult,
when people
The C
believe
word.
in a the C word, when people believe in a crypto, it's like forget about it.
But
dude.
to create that, I think it's not just a product. You need to have like the brand.
Yes.
You know, so I think it's the whole culture, it's the product. And what's really cool is you got like you got these customers. Everybody knows Toyota's reliable, right? Everyone grew up with their father saying, get a Toyota, get a Toyota. It's reliable, it's cheap.
Yeah. Which is true.
That took years and years of Toyota building that reputation. Toyota has that and Honda has
I've
that,
had several
right?
Toyotas in my house.
You got a lot of these like diehard Toyota and Honda customers who are coming to Subaru now because they're like the new kid on the block with the reliability, they're number one on Consumer Reports. So I'm seeing a lot of that, of like Toyota customers saying, "Hey, I got 8 Toyotas,"
because they know it's reliable.
Yeah.
So now they have to then take that step, and then when they go and they experience a Subaru, then they go, "Oh shit, dude, this is." It's a hell of a car, and it's reliable as hell, and it'll last me a long time. So I can you know that way. Part of our inflation, they give you an average number of what our inflation is, but what they don't add in our inflation is that, let's say your washer doesn't last nearly as long as it used to. Now you got to change your washer more often. Now you got to change your wipers more often. Now you got to change whatever it is. It all increases your inflation cost. They don't add that to the bottom line number that they sell us every day. You know, like they took coffee out from the average. Do you think coffee's a big thing with people in this world?
I need coffee. Yeah.
So you're looking at the inflation number without coffee.
Yeah.
So does that doesn't include? That's improper in your world. Right. Coffee is a inflationary
100%.
thing because you're going to use your money on coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's funny how they work it that way. And Subaru helps you beat the inflation in that sense.
I'll cancel
because you're going to need less cars in your lifetime. The less Subarus you'll buy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
absolutely.
It's like what I've been explaining to people with Bitcoin for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're going to end up with more money when you have Bitcoin.
Mm.
You will buy less Bitcoin with money because the money devalues.
Right.
So as the Bitcoin grows, you will buy less. But as the Bitcoin grows, you will own more money because the money's being devalued. You know, so it's the reverse. So Subarus, you go buy a shitty car, you're going to end up buying more shitty cars throughout your life.
Yep.
You go buy a Subaru, you'll buy less cars throughout your life.
Yep. And the all-wheel drive, I mean,
it's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever buy. I don't want to say ever, but I it's one of my, like, when I get cars, I have like a checklist of things that are important to me. All-wheel drive is consistently on that list. I need an all-wheel drive car.
Now
I feel so much safer in it.
Now I'm in your boat.
Yeah.
I'm not. I was always a car guy, and I'm done with it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I'm done with it. Especially the last car that I had. I've had the worst luck with that car. It's a great car, mechanically, everything, but cosmetically, my car is so beaten up by now.
Yeah.
Oh man, it desperately needs an auto body shop.
or when that Trail Seeker comes out.
Well,
boom.
Either one of the two. Yeah.
It's electric. Oogie woogie woogie.
Yes. Can't wait.
Don't put gas in it.
No, don't need to.
Yeah.
You won't have
Whatever
to handle
you do.
that dirty ass gas pump ever again.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, the gas pump is one of the places that holds the most, like,
everyone's touching it.
Like germs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's touching it.
Yeah.
That and cash.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I'm all digital, bro.
Yeah.
I rarely handle cash now. When they ask me for it, it's like,
oh, you take out cash in some places? But they look at you like you're crazy though.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Yesterday I was in line to get something, and the 3 dudes in front of me were like these hardcore workers. And bro, each one of them paid in cash, and I'm like, oh shit, this took forever.
Yeah, they're counting. They got to give the change.
And the change,
it's wild.
And just try, boom, bah, I'm out, bro.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Apple Pay or
Apple Pay, bro. You're out in 15 seconds. Get the hell out of here, bro. You know, come on, make it efficiency. Get a Subaru. Make it efficiency.
Yes, sir.
Eric, thank you, my brother.
Big O, thank you. Good seeing you.
Great convo as always, my
everybody.
man. Be good.
Go see Eddington.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. What? How was that movie, bro?
So I saw it.
I saw last night. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Michelle Gellar still looks good.
Michelle Gellar is in that movie.
Yeah, she has like this little cameo in it towards the end. I don't want to give away too much. It's not like this phenomenal movie.
I haven't
anyways.
heard of that name in forever.
But she makes like this little cameo, but she still looks really good, bro.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And then so is the other one, the voluptuous one. What's her name? Jennifer Love Hewitt is she's in it too.
Wow.
And so is Freddie Prinze.
Wow. I think they're married.
Yes,
yeah.
Michelle and Freddie.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how they met.
Wow.
That's how they met on that
Very
set,
cool.
and then it took off from there. But they're all in it, and it kind of brings something
Nostalgia.
to full circle also
That's
at
cool.
the same time.
Yeah, but Eddington. So I'm a movie buff.
Okay. I've become now that I got the $25 package at Regal.
Hey now.
So now the wife and I are going all the time, and it's just $25 a month, and you go to as much as you want.
Yes. So I follow directors. The director of that movie is Ari Aster. That's his name.
Okay.
He did his first movie was Hereditary. Have you seen that movie?
No.
One of my favorite horror movies. Was phenomenal. And his second movie was called Midsommar. Phenomenal.
Okay.
And it put him on the map. His third movie came out a few years ago. Beau is Afraid. It was horrible. So this was his fourth movie. That's why I was excited to see it. And it was really good. He bounced back. It was really good. It takes place during COVID. And it shows all like the lunacy of all the things that happened during COVID. And it's just the way he did it. And Joaquin Phoenix is in it.
And he's
his performance alone is enough to see it. He was sensational in the movie.
Right.
Go see it.
Yeah, he can go to places that most people can't. Bro.
Yeah. No, it was one of my favorite performances, but it was phenomenal.
He has like a permanent high about him.
Yeah, he's out there. He's out there.
Like way out there, bro.
I bet you if you met him, he's totally normal. Like, hey man. Yeah.
Right. But man, he can act his ass off.
Good seeing you guys.
All right, man.
All right, thank you.
Be good. You got it. So Eddington, that is one that's on the target there. And I saw, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it was, don't pay for it. Wait for it to get to your streaming service and all that good stuff. Anyway, we thank Eric as always out here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. And by the way, if you're coming out here at 16100 Pines Boulevard, come on out here and see the sales manager, Eric Stampone. He will take care of you. Good people. And of course, the episode is brought to you by our friends here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Check out the Crosstrek, $225 a month lease, perfect for your next adventure. Standard all-wheel drive and advanced safety features, and they also have the Outback available right now, $267 a month, 1.9 APR financing. That is a rare one right now. And remember the Big O special, $500 off your purchase of a Subaru. All right. What do we have here on the thing? Alan, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Pat in Nashville says, I've been in a Subaru since 2010. Never been stuck here in the mountains. How about that? There you go. Fernando Perez says, I'm surprised he lived this long. Yeah, no, with Ozzy for sure. For sure. Yeah, Sean.
3 minutes ago, MLS confirms that Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba will not take part in Wednesday's game.
Okay. I got to tell you something. I have zero issues with that. I'm an Inter Miami fan. I don't care about the All-Star game. I wasn't going to watch it in the first place. So I only watch the baseball All-Star game. It's the only one I watch. I don't watch football. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch hockey. And I don't watch MLS All-Stars. Those All-Star games are garbage. Absolute, total garbage. The baseball All-Star game is the only one that is close to a real game. That's it. So that's the only one that I find worth watching in the first place. So selfishly, as an Inter Miami fan, I think Messi needs to take care of his body. I was shocked he played these back-to-back games on the short week. I was really shocked, and he played well. You know, he's a gym rat. To his credit, he's no Tyreek Hill in that sense. If he can't play, it's because he can't play. But he won't quit, dude. And he won't walk. And when he plays a game, he doesn't even want to be taken off the pitch. Okay? Kudos to him in that sense. That I've seen that firsthand from Messi, and I got to give him mad props for that. He is a professional in that sense. In this, I am so happy that he's not playing. Yep. Anyway. All right, let's do it. Let's talk a little Miami Dolphins. They just completed their first day of practice, and boy, so much has gone on. David Furones will have it all for us in our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
There he is, locked and loaded. And, of course, our friends at Welton Rayom, they're the reason why we have this segment every week, and they're a reason why we are here every single day, and we appreciate them. And if you need two lawyers that you can count on, call them, 954-966-4646. We are in hurricane season, rain season, so if you have any issues, call them. They'll send their adjusters. Never call the insurance companies. Never. Call Welton Rayom first. They send their adjusters, and then they attack the insurance company for you. All right, David, where do we start, bro? I thought Waller was in good shape. In fact, he was doing like Ironman contest and shit like that. So why the pup list? What did you pick up from that?
Well, Mike McDaniel said that that's his standard operating procedure for a player who is coming off the extreme of coming out of retirement. Now, of course, everyone's going to have the thoughts of, like, say, Odell Beckham last year, where that was a separate extreme. It was he actually had an offseason knee issue procedure done on the knee where people didn't know about it then, and then it came to light, and that was the reason he was on PUP, and then actually lasted on PUP the whole training camp. I don't think it's one of those issues. I think it's just, hey, Darren Waller hasn't played football in now almost 2 years, 1.5, let's call it, and he's coming out of retirement. And Mike McDaniel said he's in great shape. Tyreek Hill, he said it too when he saw Darren Waller. He had the funny thing where he said. He knew him as someone who was, in his terms, I think he put it as a fat boy, but that he saw him in great shape when he reported on yesterday. So I think, I just look at it as that. It's just player coming out of retirement, not something to be concerned about now, but if he goes deep into training camp and he's still on the PUP list, then it starts to be worrisome.
I call it complete bullshit. Total bullshit. He was doing Ironman contests or whatever it was called that he was doing. Yeah. Go look at his IG. He's in great shape. He has a long, he has a long injury history. Plus, he's been in the facility for the last week and a half or two. So he's probably been working out there on his own. So that's light. You just watch practice where they can have him work individually. They're not on pad. They're not in pads now. They won't be in pads till like Saturday or Sunday. Probably they won't be in pads, or Monday or something. I don't know what day it is, but it won't be for several days. So you can bring them along slowly at the same time. I think did you see him out there at all?
I did not find him out there. And even like Aaron Brewer was someone who didn't participate, and we did see him there, which was interesting to me. Right. It was interesting to me that Aaron Brewer was even not practicing because, he's not on any PUP list or anything like that. So I wonder if it does have to do with a contract or if he is dealing with something. I saw him have a compression sleeve on his right leg, the Dolphins center. But Yeah, on Waller, I mean, you're right. That's why I'm saying. I mean, he is in great shape overall. Maybe it's just not football shape. He's not ready for the football action. But what I always worry
There
about
is no
when,
football action. There's no
yeah, that's the
football
thing. Yeah,
action going on.
so he's not going to be on the same acclimation schedule for the other players who are getting reacclimated to just practicing in football with no pads, and then eventually work themselves to shells and helmets, and then eventually full pads. But he'll be on a different schedule, so that's always what worries me with those type of deals.
Yeah, to me, I call it bullshit. There's some going on there. He tweaked something already as it is, and maybe that's why they're covering up for him now, because it'll be a bad look for them that they just signed him and he was working out, and just go check out his injury history. It is a long injury history that this player has. So at first, I'm just going to call bullshit on that one. All right, on the Eichenberg one, I gotta say I'm not that worried whether he's out or not. Un cero a la izquierda anyways, you know what I'm saying? So this isn't a guy that is going to add that much. And who knows, Daniel Brunskill might end up being better than Eichenberg. So I don't even know how to look at that, if it's such a bad thing or not, to be quite honest.
Yeah. So it's going to be weeks for Liam Eichenberg. So who knows where that puts him by the end of camp and going into the regular season. It's too far out for us to be able to tell now. But telling that Mike McDaniel's already calling it weeks. So obviously we're not privy to what exactly he is dealing with preseason and training camp. The Dolphins don't. It's not an injury report where they don't have to reveal player injury information. So all we know is that he is out for now. And Brunskill. So out with Eichenberg for now. Brunskill comes in. He's a guy who has experience under Mike McDaniel running similar outside zone concepts in San Francisco. He was a starter for a few seasons where Mike McDaniel was the offensive coordinator with the 49ers, was run game coordinator. So he knows them well. They're reunited here now in Miami. He's a guy with a lot of positional versatility. He's played a lot of right guard, but I mean, has played everything from tackle to I feel like he could snap the ball as well and play center. So he can play just about any position on the line. And Mike talked about him as a competitor from what he knows about him being with him previously. So I'm excited to get to see what he can do as someone who is familiar with this system.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it could be an upgrade. It might not be. Who knows? Whatever. It's one of the themes that I've been trying to tell people constantly that is going to be tough about this team, David. There is no depth on this team. It's a very superficial team, and any injuries are really going to cause problems for this team because they're not very good when it comes to their backups overall, right?
Yeah, probably. You look at a lot of positions and you're worried about depth. So yeah, I'm with you. And any group in particular you want to focus on, or just overall?
It doesn't matter who it is, really. If you look at it, maybe you have a third pass rusher, okay, but you still have two injury-prone pass rushers, and if you lose them, it puts you in a really difficult position. Offensive line, you have no depth if anybody goes down, unfortunately. Secondary, you have no depth whatsoever. Linebackers, you have no depth whatsoever. It just goes on and on and on. Maybe receiver is the only thing that you may have some depth, I guess. That's about it. But there just isn't. There isn't depth anywhere, dude. And it's just a lot of question marks. And that's why this is football. Look at the first day. Matos goes down. Artie Burns, your secondary is already terrible as it is. And Artie Burns is on crutches, apparently. Waller's not even playing, and supposedly he's in great shape. And you haven't even started hitting yet. It's crazy, dude. You haven't even had these practices and scrimmages against other teams.
Yeah.
It's tough, bro. Long season.
Yeah. The Mato situation, obviously just a scary one. One of those freak deals. He's hospitalized and airlifted. So we don't want to speculate on whether, could it be head, neck, spinal, all the things that could happen when you're placed on a backboard and airlifted. So hopefully he gets well.
Hopefully he's all right, but he's more of a experimental player than anything else.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's just one of those. Hopefully the health scare is not a serious thing. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to with him too. Is just right. He's a player on the international player program, the Dominican Republic. So, it, a roster long shot, you would definitely call him. So someone who's getting an opportunity through that program. But I mean, you look at those positions you mentioned, cornerback. So in the secondary, all right, cornerback, you don't even know if you have your first group, let alone any depth for a second group. At safety, I kind of do like because they have some fringe starters who now, especially with the addition of Minka Fitzpatrick. Now, Fatu Melifanu is right now on the non-football injury list, but Mike McDaniel said it's more preventative than anything serious. So if that's true, then I think he's a solid player when healthy, but that's a big question mark with his injury history.
But no
depth. But I mean, I like Ashton Davis. I think is a decent ball hawking type of safety who, if he's on your second team, Elijah Campbell has grown under Anthony Weaver.
That's pretty good. Yeah, those are pretty good. That's a good one. Actually,
I like the rookie Dante Trader too. So I think at safety, whoever those guys are, Patrick McMorris, who they drafted the year before, whoever those guys are that aren't starting, maybe you have some pieces to rotate in, but. Maybe safety is kind of the one spot and wide receiver.
Yeah.
Where I'm looking like there is some depth.
Yeah, Weaver. Weaver.
Yeah,
that's his thing.
Yeah, he'll find ways to mix and match. I think there and pass rush.
And that's
all
his
are healthy.
thing.
Those pass rushes. Yeah,
that's his thing in the secondary is to have strong safety. So maybe that's where he at least is starting to build. What he needs in that part of the secondary, but overall the depth is going to be rough, for this team, and that's where you don't hope to have a lot of injuries because it's going to be really hard to overcome. All right, so let's talk about some of the other things. What do you know about the Artie Burns situation?
Yeah, just early on in practice, he had to come off. The team was in the indoor, one of the early periods of practice, and later seen on crutches. So obviously hurts to see him go down as a local kid who's coming to the Dolphins and first training camp practice with the Dolphins. So, but obviously on the wrong side of 30 right now. So a player, you didn't really come in with expectations of him lifting the secondary or anything like that. Yes, former first round pick, but that was a long time ago now. I think he was a 2016 class maybe. So coming out of UM and Miami Northwestern, but that's not who you're counting on. I asked Mike about the cornerback and the pursuit of one of the veterans still out there, and he said they're not closing the door on that. But he also expressed some belief in the young guys that they do have. So maybe they let this play out early on in camp. But with bodies going down, BJ Adams was another one who got hurt in today's practice. I did see him out there trying to do some stuff afterwards, so maybe he's okay. But to see two corners actually go down on day one when you're already thin there and don't know if you have a real first line, then that's troubling to say the least.
All right, so it's BJ Adams, right? Burns, Matos, Eichenberg, Waller. Anybody else get banged up or missing practice?
Right, the safety Melifanu is on the non-football injury list.
Right.
Yeah, so Eichenberg, I think you mentioned everyone else. Yeah, Brewer, we didn't see, but not sure what the situation is because he's not on a PUP list or anything. Or we saw him, but he wasn't participating in practice.
And what's it called? The D lineman that everybody was trying to make a deal about it. Sealer, he practiced, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. We saw Zach Sealer out there with the first team where he's supposed to be the first time that the Dolphins defense as a whole lined up in 11s. So,
Just out of curiosity, have you heard Drew Rosenhaus say at all on Channel 7 that there are negotiations going on between the Dolphins and Eichenberg? I mean,
Sealer. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you were gonna. That's why I smiled a little bit. I didn't know if you were gonna go with one of your like remarks about Rosenhaus's contracts, like you did with Janu and.
I know. But I'm wondering, have you heard? I haven't heard anything. Right? There has been nothing. Right?
Right. Not at this time. So yeah,
I
not
get
sure
the
where
feeling.
negotiations stand. Yeah,
Okay.
he stayed away from that question last Sunday.
Right, exactly, and they're not going to press him there, obviously, because that's just a promotional piece that they do on Channel 7. And so, in the end, I think it's what I said. I think he gets his contract, but towards the end of the year, especially after the trading deadline, when they're able to move Tyreek/Chubb, and then they'll open up cap space, and then they can start to deal and move the money for next year moving forward. Is there the part I have to plead ignorance here is there a part in the regular season where you can start to negotiate where the numbers don't affect the current year, it goes into the next year? If there's not, then you literally have to wait till you trade Chubb or Tyreek, because you're not going to go to Tua and guarantee more money because you don't even know if Tua is going to play smart the next 2 years. You've got to keep your flexibility with Tua so you can get out of his contract in 2 years if he plays stupid. If he plays smart, then you're fine and he's great and you can guarantee more money and all that. But if he starts doing the stupid thing and throwing his body around and all that, you got to be able to get out. There's not a lot of places that you're going to go to open up that kind of money. So I really feel like the Sealer thing cannot be done until later on in the season because of their cap space and their situation. So your thoughts on all of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works mid-season. I'm trying to think of other examples. Maybe we'd have to look back at the Austin Jackson situation because I know he was a mid-season contract extension where it was the 2023 year when he proved he could stay healthy and he was a valuable asset to that offensive line. And as his situation was pending before he was going into his fifth-year option at that point, and Robert Hunt was set to be a free agent, then Austin Jackson was the one whose contract issue they settled, similar to defensive tackle when it was Zach Sealer that time around before the season started, and it was when Wilkins was in negotiations as well. So they settled on that it wasn't going to be Wilkins, and then Zach Sealer got his money there. So, yeah, I mean, things can always mix and match. So it always when money isn't going to be committed one place and that's sort of finalized, and you know, if there were some midseason trades, then I could see how that would play a role potentially in a midseason move, especially if Zach Sealer is continuing to play how he has the previous 2 years and showing that he'll be 30 at the start of the season. So if he's showing that 30 is not any kind of detriment to his play.
Defensive tackles, bro, play well into their 30s.
Yeah.
That is all. That if anybody starts writing that stuff just to create sensationalism, that's a low.
No.
I'm just telling you overall. It's
no one's saying it. Yeah.
When it comes to defensive tackles, 30 is not a number that you worry. You worry about that with running backs and wide receivers and all that. You can worry about that. You can worry about it even with defensive ends. But defensive tackles, bro, they have a tendency of playing well into their 30s and playing well, by the way, they play in a phone booth. They don't have to run long distances like running backs or defensive ends or receivers or anything like that. They play in a phone booth. They play within a 10-yard box. So if they have the power and the first step, they usually can survive for a long time. Man, we just lost a guy that was a stellar player. And how old was Calais Campbell?
Oh, yeah. Calais Campbell is going – he's going to be 39 before the start of the year.
Keith Tractor Trailer was here, and he was deep into his 30s, bro. Please. Defensive tackles, 30 is – that's why I think the Dolphins are kind of in a good position because – they could easily give Sealer an extension into his 30s to 33, 34 with no problem and no concern whatsoever because he's professional. He takes care of his body. He plays with fire and desire. He has all the same traits that the guy just left to Arizona had. Same dude. You can trust a guy like that into his 30s. Definitely.
Yeah, certainly. And Zach Sealer is a guy who I would trust just overall based on his work ethic as well, that he's not a guy that you would worry on just to take it to another level about getting paid and then he's not working as hard. He will continue to work his ass off. That's Zach Sealer.
All right, so Tyreek Hill had his usual bullshit segment that he has. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but he had it yesterday and lied to everybody about maturity and all that. And by the way, somebody explained to Tyreek that he's the only one dealing with maturity. Mike McDaniel's maturity issues is as a coach that he has to develop to become a more experienced coach, but nobody else has maturity issues off the field. Nobody else is quitting on your team. Nobody else is doing any of the stuff that Tyreek Hill does. So let's all agree that we don't believe in anything that he says. Correct on that, right? You're good with that?
Oh, as far as if Tyreek bullshits us?
Yes.
yes, he's a known bullshitter, yes.
Yes, he's a known bullshitter. Okay, so we know that we can't believe anything in Tyreek. Okay, but today was a beautiful day because the only person that has actually said something that will challenge Tyreek and will kind of put him in his place was Tua. When you guys asked him about working on his it's a work in progress now. And Tua is the only guy. McDaniel will BS you and lie to you guys and lie to all of us about how fantastic he is and how they believe in him and all that. And Chubb will say, oh, everything's all right and all that. Tua was the only guy that at least put the guy's feet to the fire and said, just like the rest of us, yeah, dude, we'll see. We'll see. Talk is cheap. I'm going to paraphrase for Tua. Tua today said about Tyreek, talk is cheap. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I love that Tua came forward and said that. Tua gave us the real there in that moment. He wasn't going to just say, whatever company line. And I'm sure a lot of people within the Dolphins organization are totally fine with what he said. But it was truth. It was real. It was what a lot of people, a lot of teammates who were on last year's team, who are returning to this year's team, are probably feeling about Tyreek Hill. With the way last season ended, he took himself out of that final game prematurely. He had that locker room outburst about talking about that he wanted out. I'm out. He wanted out from the organization, wanted to find a new home next year. Walked back those comments almost immediately within the weeks after that finale at the Jets at MetLife Stadium in that post-game locker room. But those wounds don't just heal overnight or over one off season. It takes some time. Yeah, I mean, players who are getting back into the locker room and seeing him around, they remember that. So, it will take some time. It's not just something that you flip a switch and Tyreek Hill says, like Tua put it, you don't just come back and say, hey, my bad, and everything's back to normal just because it's a new year. That's not one where you just, I'm not here to talk about last year. No, you got to address that with everybody, especially if you're the star player on a team, getting paid what you're getting paid, getting all those guarantees that were added just that before that very season. And the organization did right for you. And then a year later, because it didn't end the way you wanted it, you're already making those season ending remarks and comments and going off like you want to leave and walking it back immediately after. You can't do that. You can't behave that way. So good for Tua. That shows some leadership right there from the Dolphins quarterback. That star player who he's got some years on him, and that as Tua was going into year 3, he was brought in. So Tua always had to kind of like look up to him, or like as a younger quarterback, you can't really tell him too much. I feel like that was a huge step up for Tua from a leadership standpoint in saying, nah, bro, like that shit doesn't fly. We're not doing that here.
I loved it. I thought it was right on target, and somebody needs to say it because everybody else is just, spewing fluff around Tyreek, and that really you're more of an enabler when you're doing that than really actually looking out for him. And it's better to call him out because he needs to be called out. And I'm glad that that Tua did that. Anything else stand out to you from the Tua conversations with the media?
See, from the Tua conversation, yeah, I mean, working to get that connection back with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I'm trying to remember what he said about it, but yeah, he touched on Jonnu Smith leaving. I got to play that one back to remember. So, yeah, and staying healthy, obviously a huge primary concern. Also talked to Austin Jackson on that front. asked him the question as his blindside protector, the right tackle for a left-handed throwing quarterback, and I loved how Austin Jackson said he really takes pride in that responsibility of being Tua's blindside blocker. But of course, it's going to come down to a lot of Tua. He said he's got to be more selfish and not selfless. Where that's what that was telling, is that that's what he feels he's doing when he's trying to make a play, when he's putting his head at risk, is that he's being selfless. He's being one for the team.
Exactly.
But he's got to realize and what the selfless and selfish thing both is to protect yourself and slide and not make a play. So that's what the team really wants him to do.
Selfish becomes selfless.
Yeah.
Because being selfish allows you to be available, which by being available becomes selfless for the team, because if you have to rely on backup quarterbacks, we know what the end result is. So, do the smart thing, young man. We get it, bro. We know that you're the warrior. I get it, bro. I get you got the Napoleon complex. I totally understand that, Tua. I get that you were probably Napoleon in another life. That's who Tua probably was, is Napoleon. But he's got to pass up the stupidity, bro. He doesn't have the body to sell out. Just by the way, just like Drew Brees didn't have the body to sell out, or Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying? They kind of just passed the ball, and they weren't selling out their bodies, and it worked out just fine for those guys. He can do the same thing, dude. Before you came on, now the MLS announced it, but Messi's not playing in the All-Star game, and I'm an Inter Miami fan. And I was saying, because he had played all these games the last couple of weeks and even on short rest, I would not play him in the All-Star game. I would do the selfish thing for my team, the selfless thing for the league. It doesn't help Inter Miami. You're only going to put a Messi at a bigger risk of injury. So now Messi and Alba are out. And to me, I'm glad they're being selfish, because the selfless act doesn't pay for you in the long run, just like with Tua. The selfish act of trying to make that tackle on the guy that intercepted you, bro, that's not really being a selfless person in the end. You're actually being selfish because you're making it all about yourself, when you have to make it about the team and stay back and say, no, bro, I don't belong there because I'm going to hurt my team by getting hurt.
All right. Yeah, in his comments, that was the interesting thing, is that he views the selfish act as being the one who slides, being the one who he views that as selfish, as like, oh, I'm protecting myself, I'm not doing it for the team. But it's truly, the selfish thing is thinking you yourself have to make something happen.
Amen.
And although he does it in the perspective of helping the team, but that's not he's got to now fix that. Which one's selfish? Which one is selfless? And I think he's on the right track, at least mentally. Now, in the moment, we got to see if he turns words into actions.
Just like Tyreek, right? Except we're talking about different things.
Full circle, yeah.
Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Yeah. We need Tua to show us with actions that he's willing to take care of his body and have the discipline to stay out of certain plays. And then we've got to see that Tyreek has the discipline to be a professional on and off the field, which is something that he totally lacks. And so then, that's the other monster. All right, dude, I'm not going to put you in a terrible position about practice, because it's practice at this point is a joke. But is there anything out there that stood out without pads and without real hitting or anything that you could hang your hat on for Dolphins out there?
As far as a player, and I know it's like a broken record, but Eric Ezukama made a couple plays. Easy season, baby. So, I took a couple intermediate routes. One of them from Zach
heard
Wilson.
Tanner Connor did too, right? Tanner Connor also made a play or two that he showed his speed or something like that.
See, here's where I get you. Tanner Connor, he fumbled today. So no, stock down now on Tanner Connor.
There you go.
Yeah. So actually, right. This is the real. All right. This isn't just
Good.
this isn't just training camp fluff, right? So Tanner, I wish I saw who punched the ball. It looked like someone did like a Peanut Tillman type of punch to it, and so I didn't catch that. But then Cam Smith was the one
said
who recovered
Sean
it.
Smith, and I'm like, wow, Sean Smith is back. I didn't know that they signed the 36-year-old at this point.
Well, maybe you saw Cam Smith recovered the fumble.
Oh,
maybe that's what
Cam Smith. That's what it was. They got their Seans and their Cams. Wow. By the way, that would be actually a positive if Cam is making a play. That would be.
Yeah. It's a fumble recovery, so it's kind of like right place, right time. Ball comes to you. He scooped it up, and he was smooth with it, though.
Wait a minute. Cam Smith made it through a practice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Holy crap. Is that the headline in the Sun Sentinel tomorrow? 3-inch headlines. Cam Smith makes it through practice.
You kill me, bro.
Headliner on Pro Football Talk. Give it to Florio. Cam Smith makes it through day one of practice. Show that film, bro. Show that film. People won't believe you. They're going to call you a liar, David Furones.
You think Cam Smith is that high on Mike Florio's radar?
I don't know, but today Mike Smith was kind of high talking about the team improving and maturing and the players and him maturing and the media and the fans maturing. And I'm like, wow, that's really high. Like I'm thinking I need that stuff that he's getting. You know what? You know the quote I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, from Mike this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, 30-minute session. So, but yeah,
that even
right.
you, the beautiful media, has to mature and all that, or whatever. However, that like I'm like, yo, flower child, what's up with you? What's going on here? You know, I'm just like expecting him to say peace, love, happiness. You know, I don't know. It was kind of weird, that soundbite, bro. It's kind of weird. It's kind of odd.
Another thing with camp is that they're starting earlier this year, so I don't know if that has to do with this culture that's change that's going on. But that's one thing that Mike McDaniel is doing is the earlier start times. So he was up here at 8:15 for the press conference, and then 9 o'clock practice. I think usually there would have been like 10:30 in the past training camps. So that's one thing. And yeah, I mean, they practice in some rain.
Practice ended at what time? Practice ended what time?
Well, what was it? Around 10:30 thereabouts. So an hour and a half.
Wow. That's awesome, because then you can play slip and slide leading into the noon. So that's great. You know, were there slip and slides going on today? Because, you know, I used to play the slip and slide all the time when I was a kid, but I see the Dolphins now do it to, you know, build chemistry and culture there, slip and slides.
Yeah. You're talking about that video from the end of minicamp?
Yeah.
Teams do that. They do the end of minicamp. It's like you're about to go into 6 weeks or 5 weeks or so of being off, and you know, teams do like some fun like end of off-season workouts type of thing.
That used to play a softball game.
Okay, yeah.
You guys know about that?
Any stories? I don't know about it. Any stories? Who was good? Who was good?
Mark Dixon was a hell of a softball player. Jay Fiedler was a hell of a softball player, bro. He could swing, catch the ball. Tim Bowens couldn't play softball if his life depended on it. I think Zach Thomas also sucked. I'm just being honest. I remember, but they would have softball games for a couple of years, the end of training camp, not the beginning of, not like a mini camp. I'm talking about training camp. The last day of training camp, there was a softball game for a couple of years. They would do that, actually. Yeah, it was a trip. Yeah. It was a trip.
I'd love to see some of the faster guys.
It was fun to see how many football players cannot play baseball, bro.
The coordination, hand-eye coordination of a ball to bat.
There's a high pitch, and they're swinging and missing, dude. They're burying themselves in the ground and everything. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man, I'd love to see some of the fast guys just hit a grounder into the hole at short and just get to first before the ball's even fielded. Okay, yeah, OJ would do that.
Yeah. There's certain guys that were gonna. OJ, you could tell, was that dude that can play all sports. He was like a real athlete. Like some guys are just athletic in one sport.
Right.
McDuffie, you could tell, was that dude that like he could play baseball and basketball and football and you're going to play darts and he'll throw darts with you and whatever it is, you could tell he was that all-around athlete, OJ McDuffie.
I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, no, trust me. It's that. With that dude, it's that. It was that. What else? Did I miss anything else to talk about on the anything else? Tyreek's kids don't recognize him. They recognize Justin Jefferson.
That was a real highlight yesterday. that was fun. Yeah.
That was funny. That was good. That was good on his part to make light of the whole situation and have a little fun with it. So that I give him credit for that. It's not to really take it literally, you know what I'm saying? But it was fun that he made light of it and all that good stuff. So I thought that was good. All right, what do you got going on in Sentinel so folks can check you out?
I've been covering. It's training camp time, so just locking in. It's every day covering practices and these press conferences behind us. Today we did get to speak to Tua, so I have that already up on our site. What Mike McDaniel was saying this morning, all the different updates that we touched on the guys who were injured, the cornerback pursuits, Zach Sealer situation. So, I'll be updating those and then right back at it. It's only day one. Just right back at it.
And by the way, you guys also asked about a corner, and I know he showed like confidence that in the group, and that he also said, "Well, we're not going to stop from trying to get better." Yes. What do you hear about that situation right now? Because obviously they got to BS you and show confidence in the players they have. They always do that. They're not going to go, "Oh no, yeah, we desperately need a corner because our group sucks." They're not going to tell you that. So what do you hear about any of that?
Yeah, I mean, Russell Douglas is a name to watch, obviously, as it's been out there that the Dolphins have offered him. So former Bills corner and someone who could slide right away into a starting spot, which is what you're looking for this team. And, obviously Asante Samuel is the guy who I would like, Asante Samuel Jr., but we all saw what his dad said on a podcast about McDaniel. So, and Greer, both of them. So, you don't know there. Plus, he's got the neck issue that he was dealing with. So, those are the guys I look for. And of course, hey, you always have Xavier Howard or in the back of your mind. And Kendall Fuller was just on the team last year. So
stop hanging around Omar Kelly. Okay,
he's always going to be in the back of your mind. He's always going to. He's available.
Dude, they're not bringing back Xavier Howard, bro. Come on, dude. They're not. They have no.
I would see Russell Douglas as a favorite.
They have enough with Tyreek in the building. Okay. Do they really need to bring X-Men also, who has all kinds of issues off the field all the damn time and injuries? Plus, he is a shell of what he used to be. And by the way, here's where this story gets so silly by the media and apparently by the local media. The entire league has told X they don't want him. Why would the Dolphins want him? Like the entire league can sign X last year and this year, and nobody touches him with a 10-foot pole. So why is it a story here? I don't get it. Only because Omar Kelly throws the craziest shit out there on this beat, and it just gets traction because that's how this world is. The crazier shit you say, the more traction you get. But come on, dude. X-Man.
And because he's been here before. There were 2 years where
he had for the minimum. That guy can't ask for any money. Nobody wants him. So if you could sign him for the minimum, why wouldn't you bring him over already? And camp already started, so it's not like You avoided the offseason with the stuff that we talked about, that these people usually don't want to sign some of these veterans because they don't want them to get injured during the offseason. So they'd rather wait till training camp to sign some of these guys. And perfect example. I don't know, bro. I just find it like a crazy story to be even talking about Xavier Howard, bro.
Just a name that you throw in there. Among guys who are available.
Clickbait, bro. That is that is pure clickbait.
But I'm never putting, unless it actually happens, I'm not putting him in a headline but I'll throw his name in there among available corners just so people know he is there.
You're Brody on the back of the boat in Jaws, just throwing out the chum. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. Catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. We will catch up on Friday, my friend. Have some fun out there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good. There you go. David Furones, Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Xavier Howard. Seriously, dude. Like, how can you even type that in your story with a straight face? Outside of Omar, okay? Love Omar, by the way. Nothing personal. But I will call him out for all the crazy ass. I used to do it when he was here on our show, and I'd call him out and pinpoint why it was all crazy, logically. And so, he's the only one that keeps the Xavier Howard stuff alive. And then the fans, they eat up all crazy talk because that's what you people do. Whether it's entertainment, politics, music, sports, the crazier the talk, the more you all entertain it. It's amazing. So, yeah, no shot. Xavier Howard. Oh, man. Cactus Rider says, clearly we all agree that we need a veteran CB, hopefully even an older Douglas. Yeah, but the problem is it doesn't matter what you sign. It's not going to really put you over the top. About had a heart attack when said extension of Eichenberg. This is why Tua earns my respect. He tells it how it is and never takes BS kindly. Definition of leadership. Thank you, Stephen. I agree. Cam Smith made it through a practice. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Let's see. Stephen Harris. I hear a blind ass fan for Furones. But he said he'd stick it in that article, just like I wouldn't use it a headline, but there's a little note there. Why do you do that to people? Yeah, go ahead. Of course, you can do whatever you want, bro.
No, because Omar Kelly put out something, and I don't know if he mistyped it or because I didn't watch the whole Mike McDaniel.
I did
presser. Okay, so he put improvement, development, and growth. Those are Mike McDaniel's 4 foundational approaches for himself and his team.
Well, okay, that's what he's saying that Mike McDaniel is.
But he only said 3.
None of it is real anyway.
That's what Mike McDaniel. I need to go listen to this one now.
It's all gobbledygook.
It is.
It's
actually,
all gobbledygook.
What happened is he probably missed one. He probably like improvement, development, he probably said something in the middle there in the and you didn't pick up on it, and growth. And then there it is.
Oh, man. Crazy stuff, dude. But we're Dolphins fans, and we'll have to deal with the craziness this year. What are you going to do?
I'm so happy my X timeline is blowing up with football talk and actual football stuff.
Yeah.
And again, I get it. It's only shorts. It's everything else. But at least it's something legit football-wise.
Right. Let's see. And they have a stock report. A stock report and a practice with no pads. I mean, it's just really, the things that they do in order to just. Anyway. Marcel says, didn't see the incident here, only the aftermath, but Dolphins cornerback Artie Burns and B.J. Adams appeared to get injured at the same time during individual drills at the beginning of practice. Isn't B.J. Adams the kid that Furones likes? Unsure the extent. Something to keep an eye on tomorrow. Wow. This is football, folks. And when you don't have depth and that, let's see. We'll see what happens. We'll follow it, but we're not going to overreact on any of this crap that's going on. Let me get to our 3A graphics sports calendar. I see the Hialeah Park Casino. We'll be there tomorrow having some fun at Hialeah Park. Let's get to our 3A graphics sports calendar, and we start off with the Miami Dolphins. Artie Burns, you just saw there. You heard it, and B.J. Adams both got tangled up and injured. Burns ended up on crutches. Matos, the offensive lineman out of the Dominican Republic, was hospitalized. He left with some kind of an illness. Hopefully he's all right. Eichenberg and Waller are on the PUP list, along with Malufani. I don't know how the safety is pronounced, but something like that. That's the news. Also, MLS, Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba will not participate in the All-Star game. Saturday, 7:15, Chase Stadium. Inter Miami taking on Cincinnati. And then also on Saturday at 7:30, Miami FC taking on South Georgia. Well, actually, next Saturday for Inter Miami, not this Saturday. Obviously, they're off because of the All-Star game. But that's their next game against Cincinnati. That should be one hell of a game right there. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. If you need custom printing and embroidery, please call my guy, Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Oh, it is this Saturday. Oh, yeah. No, it is this Saturday. I thought it was next Saturday. So, because not all your players participate in the All-Star game. That's why. I get it. Makes sense. All right. Sounds good.
The MLS All-Star game starts at 9:00 tonight.
Oh, it's tonight.
I guess, yeah, right? Yeah. 9. It just says 9 p.m. So yeah,
okay.
Tonight.
Wow.
And it's like why? I don't.
Yep. Tesh Patel says, Big O, the great savior, Artie Burns, is feared to have torn an ACL. Remember, we talked about the savior that Artie Burns was going to be. Tesh remembers it. He says, we are doomed officially. We were doomed a while back, bro. It's just, what are you going to do? Jeff in Long Island says, Dolphins signing Shaquem Griffin to a 1-year deal. Oh, man. Revisiting. By the way, on the market front, just to mention it, where is Bitcoin? We are, nice dip, dude. We are 117,663. So back in the 117 area. That's actually the dip right now. That is the dip. Okay. I don't see a lot of things. Mostly everything's in red. Star Atlas is at up almost 5%. Polis. Star Atlas, not Polis. What else do we have going on? Let me see where the market is right now. The Dow is up 375 points. The S&P's up about 28 points. And the NASDAQ is barely down. So you got that going on. By the way, Mara, the largest Bitcoin mining company in the world, is going to raise $1 billion more for 0% convertible notes to buy more Bitcoin. And they're the largest mining company. Okay. Publicly traded DDC Enterprise to raise $500 million to buy Bitcoin. Matador Technologies has secured $100 million more to buy Bitcoin. So we'll see. And then they did a trade deal with Japan today, but it's at 15%, dude. So these trade deals and these things are going to be so disastrous for us. It's not even funny. Make sure you get your Bitcoin. That's all I can tell you. Make sure you get your Bitcoin. Let me give you a little music. Let's get to it. Here, we always love talking a little music. Let's go. Here we go. All right, let's start off with musicians born on this date, July 23rd. We start off with Steve Jocks with Sum 41, born in 1981. Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child, born in 1980 on this date. Alison Krauss, the bluegrass singer, born in 1971. Sam Waters from Color Me Bad, born in 1970. Slash, Saul Hudson, guitarist for Guns N' Roses and a few other bands, born in 1965. Tim Kellett, keyboardist and trumpet for Simply Red, born in 1964. Martin Gore, keyboardist with Depeche Mode, born in 61. John Rutsey, the original drummer for Rush, born in 1952. Janice Siegel, singer with Manhattan Transfer, born in 1952. Blair Thornton, guitarist with Bachman Turner Overdrive, born in 1950. Andy McKay, instrumentalist with Roxy Music, born in 46. Dino Danelli, drummer with the Rascals. Love the Rascals, Young Rascals. Terrific band. Underrated, I think. Born in 1944. I don't get enough love. That'll be for musicians. Now we move on for other famous people born on this day. Remember, if I don't give the date or the age, that means they have passed away, because this is a deep list. Pope Clement the 11th, born in 1649. We just lost him just a couple of weeks ago. Don Imus, born in 1940 on this date. Actor Edie McClurg, born in 1945. She is 80 today. Filmmaker Theo Van Gogh, born in 57. Actor Woody Harrelson, born in 61. He's 64. Actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, born in 67. Actress Charisma Carpenter, Buffy, Angel, Smoke Show. Born in 70, she's 55. I wonder how she looks now. But back in the Buffy days and the Angel days, she very good looking girl, man. Let's see, what else do we have here? Monica Lewinsky, born in 73. She is 52. Daniel Radcliffe, the actor, born in 89. He's 36. Neil Perry from the band Perry, born in 90. He's 35. And musician Daniel Bradbury, born in 96, 29. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
I do, but first, a personal note. My grandson Kai turns 2 today.
Happy birthday, Kai.
The big 2. For pro wrestling, Drago turns 50. Nathan Frazier is 27. Announcer Peter Rosenberg is 46. Sonny Siaki, he turns 51 on July 23rd, 2025.
Drago. Like Rocky Drago? Oh. Wondering.
He was really Dragon, but they took the N off and called
There's
him
only
Drago.
one Drago in my life.
They called him Drago.
I must break you. Okay. He was copying Drago, wasn't he? From Rocky. He was. I must break you. Oh, he's not too sociable. If he dies, he dies. That's how it goes. Don't forget, folks, to smash the hell out of the like button, man. Come on. We didn't even get over 100 here. It's sad. Let's see what else. No wonder why Artie Burns' last name is Burns. He got burned by injuries. Jeff in Long Island, by the way, is wishing your boy a happy second birthday there. Okay. So there you go. Nice job by you all out there, as always. Thank you. And don't forget, folks, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make that Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. All right. We thank Alan and all the great people out here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Don't forget, folks, that say our name. When you come on out here, you will get $500 off next purchase or lease of your Subaru. Come see Eric Stampone, Thomas Pierre, Brian Medina, Samuel Williams. A lot of great people that work out here, man, and they do great work, and it's a nice, comfortable atmosphere, and you can get a great vehicle. So whether you're buying or leasing, tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you here at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. We will see you all tomorrow afternoon live from Hialeah Park, baby. And we'll be on at 3 in the afternoon because, as you know, at Hialeah, we get on at 3 in the afternoon. We'll give you the latest on what happened at camp and our thoughts and everything else. Appreciate you all out there. Support our amazing sponsors. Thank you all. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.